Now, let's go to the data structure called factor. Now, this factor is very interesting data structure, which is there in R, which you do not find in easily in other languages. So factor are the data objects which are used to categorize the data and store it as levels. They are useful for sorting categorical data. Now, when we have a huge amount of data and when we want find out a category of a particular data, then this factor data structure will be more useful. They can store both string and integer, so there will be no issue on storing. We can store in integer as well as string. They are useful to categorize unique value in the column like true, false, male, female in that way. So the category to make the cluster, it is very much useful to do that. They are useful on data analysis for a statistical model. Now let's see how to create factor in R. To create the factor in R, you need to use the functions called factor. The argument in the factor will be like this. So we have different argument, and this is a simple factor creation. Then I'll take you to deep of it. Now this is in the factor we have taken the data. So a vector has been taken. This is one attribute it will take. Let's see that. So we have taken here male, female, in that way. So there are two factor only, right? Male and female are the two factor here. So it is showing us like with the data, there are two levels. Level 1 is your female and level 2 is your male. These are the two levels. Now this particular gender, this particular factor, we can create to, we can give it to the vector also. Means whatever this fact is giving us, this factor is giving us, we can give it to the vector. Let's create the vector called gender, and in this we can put that particular factor which we got here, and let's say it will print the gender here, then how it will give. So you see, it is giving the level male and female, and the same thing which is in the output of it. It is giving into the vector. Now let's put some more parameter into that particular factor. Now in the factor, so these are the data we have. The data is male, female, male, female, male, female, that. Okay. Now let's say I give another parameter here called levels. So what that levels is, it is finding out. I am giving the level here. So the level should be in three part. One is your, let's say, female. That is okay as one level. Then another level is, let's say, transgender. And another level is, let's say, male. And let's let us get the output of it. Now this particular, because we have already given the levels, it is giving that particular level as output. Female, trans, gender, and male. Now, if we want to check for the factor, you can do it with is factor function, that whether that particular object is a factor or not. Also, you can see the class of that, whether it is belongs to the factor or not. You can also get the values from that particular, like what else we can do is we can find it out, like is factor or not, right? Is factor, this particular factor is factor or not. So definitely it is a factor. It will give you the value true. What is a class of it? So class also could be give, like just put the class function here. So what is the class that this object belongs to? So it belongs to the factor class. Also, if you want to find out a particular element here, so let's say I want to find out the third element, which is a male. So it should give the male as the value it, and the level is female. That is going to be printed anyways. Okay, modification also we can do. We can, if you want to put like at a particular place, you want to make it female in that way, you can do that. Is very easy. This, let's say this is on the 4th position, and you want to put, let's say, or let's say others. So that can be done, and we'll print the value of fact after that. Okay. If you put others, definitely, because it doesn't belongs to male and female category or the levels, it is giving you not applicable. If we'll put it here instead of male, if you'll put it female, so let's see how it react. Yeah, so right now the 4th position has been taken as a female. So you see, if the levels are defined, so only those value it is going to take. So let's say in let's say the 6th value, I want to put transgender. In the 6th value, I want to put so it is going to take it because it is there in the level. Now let's create the data frame, which will look like the about the data frame. Actually, we have already gone through where we have seen that it looked like a table. So, and from there, we can have have this particular factor also that we can use. So factor could be used in any sort of vector or the data frame, in any of those data structure that we have seen till now. We can use the factor on it. So once we see the practical aspect of data frame in some ways in the data manipulation or data analytics, at that particular part, we'll